All right. Okay, now we're going to do a quick recap. We were doing Pythagoras, and I think I've switched these around because there's something else that I need to do with these. No, wrong one. I'm supposed to take that one. Is there anyone who can tell me how to answer question 1 of our recap? I would like to see hands. Who remembers what we learned last week, Wednesday? Yes, Sam, let's do it. Sam, are you there? Hello, Sam.
Yes, hello, ma'am. I'm gonna say, ma'am, 90, I can't see properly, ma'am. I'm gonna say 8 degrees plus 6 degrees plus 90 degrees equals 180 degrees. No, it's x equals, no, x equals 8
Remember,
degrees.
what we're doing here is we're doing Pythagoras. So we're not looking at angles anymore. We're looking at sides. Does anybody remember? Does anybody remember how to do it? Okay, do you remember how we do the sides? I'll remind you, we always have a little man sitting here in the corner like that. Okay, Wisdom, do you remember what we can do? Or Wisdom, can you remind us which side is our hypotenuse side? Let's start there. Can you unmute for me, my sweetie?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Wisdom. Which side is my hypotenuse side?
The hypotenuse side is the top side.
What is it labeled? What is the label of the top side?
X.
X, good. So this side over here with X. This is my hypotenuse side. Excellent. And which side is my opposite side?
6.
6, good. This is my opposite side. And my adjacent side to my little man is?
8.
8, good. This is my adjacent side. Excellent. Adjacent side. All right, so I need you to give me a statement and a reason. Do you remember what the statement is going to be, Wisdom?
Yes.
Tell me.
Is x plus 50 plus 20 equals to 180? Then it says x is 180.
Okay. I think what you're remembering, Wisdom, you are doing angles, and we're not doing angles, we're doing sides. Does anybody remember how we did sides? Guys, remember, if you guys don't remember how we did this, you're going to have to watch the video that we did on Wednesday. Okay, Wisdom, do you remember how we did Pythagoras? It wasn't with angles. It was with sides, and the sides had to be squared. Do you remember? We had opposite squared plus adjacent squared is equal to hypotenuse squared. Do we not remember? Nelisa, do you think you can help us out?
Ma'am?
Yes.
Isn't it 6 squared plus
Absolutely.
8 squared equals to x squared?
Excellent. And what is my reason?
Your reason is Pythagoras?
Good. Yes, Pythagoras. You're not wrong. You're absolutely right. Yes. Well done, Elisa. I'm so glad you remembered. Well done. Excellent stuff. Amazing. All right. Okay. I'm going to ask people in the chat now. What is 6 squared? And remember that 6 times 6 is 30. Oh, sorry. 6 squared is 6 times 6. I almost gave you guys the answer. My bad. Tell me in the chat, everyone. What is 6 squared? Oh, it's not 30. I'll tell you that, Jody. I think you were listening to what I'm saying. Thank you, Smita. It is 36. Well done. 36. Excellent, guys. 36 plus, what is 8 squared? 64. Excellent. So 36 plus 64 is equal to x squared. Right. And now we have to take the two numbers, add them together. What is 36 plus 64? Do some quick mental maths. Good stuff, Jaria and Smita and Keisha. I see you guys. It's 100. So 100 is equal to x squared. Now, we're going to have to go onto our calculator and look for that square root sign. Look for the square root of 100. And what is the square root of 100? Thank you, Tabang. Now you're putting the correct answer in the chat. Yes, Nelita. Oh, Nelisa. Yes, Nelisa. Sorry, I said Nelita. And Smita and Jody. Excellent. So then I can say, therefore, x is equal to the square root of 100, which is 10. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to look at this particular question over here. But has anybody noticed something different about this question? Remember this one over here? With this one over here, our hypotenuse was x. But what is our hypotenuse this time in this question over here? Who can tell me? How much is my hypotenuse? Jaria says the one has a y, but my hypotenuse is not y. How much is my hypotenuse side? Well done, Smita and Jody. It's 12. Good. So what we're actually solving for, is for y. And if I draw my little man here at the bottom, what side is y? Who can tell me what side is the y side called from our little man? Who remembers? It's the opposite side. Excellent. Ooh, so glad you guys remember. So now our opposite side is the y. Opposite. And our 8 over here is going to be our adjacent side. Okay, and I hope you guys are writing this down because you are going to have to remember this. Okay, now here's what's going to happen. Remember my rule says opposite squared plus adjacent squared is equal to hypotenuse squared. So what I'm actually going to do now is my opposite side squared is going to be y squared, because that's my opposite side, plus my adjacent side is 8 squared, and that is equal to 12 squared. Okay. Tell me in the chat, guys, what is my reason? That's okay, Miss Ella. We literally just started and everything you need to see is on this page. Okay, so if there's something you can't see, you probably need to zoom in or zoom out. Okay, excellent. I'm seeing everybody giving me the answer in the chat. Yes, well done, Mivuyo and Luto. Okay, and Masichaba and Roland and Jiri and Nil. Thank you. It's Pythagoras. Pythagoras. But now, I'm having a bit of a problem because they already gave me my hypotenuse side, but I want y. Who can tell me how can we make y stand on its own? What can we do? Who knows? Let me see a hand. Who knows what we can possibly do? How do I get y sitting on its own? What needs to happen to 8? And I'll remind you guys, it has something to do with the equal sign. Where does 8 squared need to go? Oh, Roland says he has an idea. Hi, Roland. Look at me, I keep erasing this one. Hello, Roland, how are you?
I'm fine, Miss.
I'm good, thank you. What do you think we can do with this 8 squared over here?
Miss, I think the 8 squared can replace y, Miss.
Oh, it can't replace y because we don't know what y is. But what do you think will happen to plus 8 squared if I take it over the equal sign, Roland? What's going to happen to this plus 8? It's when it goes to the other side, it's going to
turn into minus, Miss.
Good, excellent. So what I'm going to have is y squared is equal to 12 squared minus
8 squared.
Do you agree with me there?
Yes, Miss.
Excellent. Now, Roland, can you tell me what is 12 squared?
12 squared plus 12 squared equals 144.
Good. It's 144 minus what is 8 squared?
Plus 8 squared equals to
If you're stuck, you can always look in the chat.
64.
Good. It's equal to 64. Now all I have to do, Roland, is I have to minus. So what's 144 minus 64?
80.
Good. It's 80. Thank you so much, Roland. Excellent. Can you mute for me, please, my sweetie? Excellent. All right. So now, guys, because I don't want y squared and I want y, what am I going to have to find on my calculator? What does this mean? What does this sign mean? Can you guys tell me in the chat? What does it mean? Who remembers? Does anybody remember? Good. It's not just a square. Well done, Mivuyo. It's not just a square. Thank you, Masichaba and Mivuyo. It's a square root. Okay. Thank you, Jaria. But Jaria, you cannot just write root. You need to say it's a square root. This one specifically is a square root. Okay. Now, I want everybody to go fetch their calculator. And I want you to type in the square root of 80 on your calculator. Tabang, not a square foot, a square root. Okay. I want you guys to go and click on the square root of 80 and then click equals on your calculator and tell me what you get. Tell me in the chat what you get. Oh, sorry. Jody's like, ma'am, what happened to the therefore? Ooh, I'm sorry. Therefore, oh, I got caught out. I got caught out today. You, Jody, well done. Well done. Oh, Luto, I can tell you it's not going to give you 2. That's for sure. There we go. I think I agree with Sam's answer. It's not going to be 8. It's not going to be 40. Okay. So guys, remember, you need to go onto your calculator and look for a sign that looks like this. Okay. And then once you click it, you need to put 80 inside and then click equals. And then tell me which answer you get. I agree with Sam's answer because I know that this isn't a perfect square and the number is very close to 9. So when Sam says 8,94427,191, I'm sure there are even more decimals missing on the end. Absolutely. Okay, so I know that the answer here is going to be 8,9. Sorry, I need to do it comma because in mathematics in South Africa, a dot means times. Okay, yes, good, Jody. Jaria, they are infinite number of decimals. 94427,191, and we could go on forever, forever, forever. Okay, so guys, I need you guys to remember this. Okay, if you find that we don't have to add them, Smita. Remember, we're looking for the square root because the y is squared. Okay, we're not adding them. Also, look here, because this +8 went over the rainbow, the plus became -8. Okay, it became -8. So we're not adding, we are minusing. Okay, so, okay, I need to come back to my train of thought. Ooh, okay, good. So, guys, if a question ever comes back and it's got like many, many, many decimals like that, it's best if you just leave it, okay? Do not write down all the decimals because you're going to be there forever, trust me, okay? All you need to do is write that y is equal to the square root of 80. Okay, the square root of 80. Roland, did you miss when we discussed information about Pythagoras? No, you didn't. Okay, that's what's coming up next. Okay, but we were doing a little bit of recap on the questions that we were going to do. And then as we say that, I'm going to ask you guys to pop as much information about Pythagoras that you know in the chat for me. Yes, now you always have to do the square root part. Okay, the square root part is very important. You must always do the square root part. Okay, so who wants to tell us something about Pythagoras? I have a feeling that Roland has a lot to tell us about Pythagoras. Oh, I knew it. I knew your hand would come up first, Roland. Tell us, what do we know about Pythagoras? Oh, you're muted. Unmute.
Elymas, he was the eponymous founder of the Pythagoreanism, and he was a politic and religious teaching who were well known in Christianness.
Well done. He was eponymous. I know, it's a big word. Eponymous founder, which means that somebody else might have discovered it before him, but he was the first one to write it down. Very well done. He was also an astrologer, and he was also a religious leader and a politician as well. Religious leader, just leader, and he was also a politician. Politician. Okay, I'm seeing quite a few questions. Let me just answer these questions. Luto says, at first it said he was the first person to suggest the world was round. That was Copernicus and not Pythagoras. I think you're mixing up your philosophers there.
Sounds close enough.
No, teacher Cat. That was Copernicus who suggested that the world was round.
I get it.
Yeah, not Pythagoras. No, teacher Cat, they don't sound anywhere alike. Okay. Yes, Maschava says he was an ancient Ionian Greek philosopher. Yes. Okay. And his theory was the theory of Pythagoras. Isaac Newton did not discover that the world was round. Isaac Newton figured out that planes can go all the way around the world. Yes. Jody, his actual name was Pythagoras of Samos. This was his name, Pythagoras of Samos. That was his full name. Yes, his real name is Pythagoras. Okay. Nokwezi, if you're lost, we asked people to go and find us some information on Pythagoras. Okay, and he was a philosopher. Okay. Somebody said he died old. Yes. Yes, Tabang, he died when he was very old. Yes, and he died in Italy because he was Greek, and I think the Greek Isles and the Italian Isles were very close to each other. Okay, he was the eponymous founder of Pythagoras or Pythagoreanism. He was born in 570 BC. Oh, I like this. All this information is so nice. Born 570 BC. He had 6 children and many, many, many grandchildren. I think some of his ancestors are still alive today. Sure, 6 kids. And I found out something real interesting. He used to use maths to calculate music. I thought that was the coolest thing I'd ever heard about him. Maths to calculate music. Excellent. All right. So we know a little bit more about this dude whose theory we've been using this entire time. Now, can I get your question quickly, my sweetie, before I move on? Nell, are you there? Jody's like, it's starting to look like a history class in here. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. All right. Now we're going to take your question later. I need everybody, okay? Take a deep breath. We're going to learn something new again today. So I hope you guys are ready. Okay. I hope you guys are ready. We are going to learn about quadrilaterals. Who can tell me what is a quadrilateral? Or what do all quadrilaterals have? Can anybody tell me? Tabang, I like that one. Pythagoras, I like it. Silas says 4 sides. I agree with you, but if I had to draw this, if I had to do this, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are also 4 sides. There's one side, there's another side, there's another side, there's another side. Jody says 4 sides and angles. So not particularly right angles. What do we know about these 4 sides? What needs to be special about these 4 sides? Sally, they do not have to be equal. They don't have to be equal. Remember, we're talking about quadrilaterals. Keisha, you're onto something. They add up to 360. But what do we need to know about them specifically? Teacher Kat, do you think you know? Because I mean, I've drawn 4 sides.
But
what do I
they're
need
not
to
connected.
do? Thank
Or
you.
joined.
They need to be joined together to create a shape. Okay. They need to be able to be joined together to create a shape. Thank you, Teacher Kat. I knew you knew the answer. I knew. Okay, good. Okay, they have to be closed. Well done, Dimakato. Yes, they must be closed and connected. Yes, Jody. So just because I draw 4 lines doesn't mean it makes up a quadrilateral. The 4 of them need to be together. Yes, and Nelisa, if you say to me a polygon with 4 sides, I agree with you, because a polygon is described as a shape that has all the sides touching at the same time. Okay, good. Now we're going to learn about the different types of polygons that we have. Oh, now I'm saying polygons, oh my God. The types of quadrilaterals that we have. And I want you guys to take a screenshot of this if you can. Yes, Misela, at the moment, quadrilaterals are all 2-dimensional, okay, and they're flat shaped and they're closed. Excellent. Can everybody please take a screenshot of this or draw a very rough sketch of what we're seeing on the screen. And when you're done, I want you guys to put the perfecto, the mwah, this emoji in the chat. If you've taken a screenshot or if you've drawn all of this down, because it's going to come up. Okay, it's going to come up. Excellent. Lorna, do you have a question? Hi, my sweetheart. Do you want to unmute? Can you unmute and ask your question? Oh, okay. We're not hearing anything. We'll come back to you again, Lorna, later. Okay. Sila, I see you. I can't believe Sila is a Manchester United fan. I still don't know what he's doing in this class, but we only allow Liverpool fans in this class, Sila. We can't with you. Thank you, Luto. Misela, excellent. Okay. All right, guys, good. So I'm glad everybody's taken a screenshot, and I need you guys to remember a couple of things. Okay. I need you guys to remember a couple of things. When we see these 2 lines, and I need somebody to raise their hand for me, please. If I see a line sitting like this and like that, what does that tell me about these 2 lines? Can anybody tell me? Can you raise your hand and tell me? Yes, Juria. What does it mean about the 2 sides?
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, Juria. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good, thank you. So can you tell me, what do those 2 lines mean?
Ma'am, I think those lines mean that they are parallel lines.
Oh, not exactly parallel. It says something about the size. What can you say?
Oh, parallel sides. Or
Not
like a
just
pair.
parallel.
A pair
They're
of
a pair,
parallel
yes,
sides.
but something very, very, very important. Luto is saying it in the chat. If you're a bit lost, the 2 lines tell us that the 2 lines that they are equal. Good.
Parallel lines.
Okay, good. So they are equal. Yes, they are parallel, but remember, Juria, when we draw parallel, we always do the arrows. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Good. So the lines, what do the lines mean? The lines mean that they are equal. And then the arrows mean that they are parallel. Okay. Ntiso, what can you tell me? And this is about a rectangle, right? What can you tell me about a square? What do these lines tell me about a square?
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, Ntiso. Hello.
Those lines tells me that hi ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, can you hear me? Hi ma'am.
I hear you perfectly.
Okay, these lines tell me that they are equal.
But which side is equal?
The right side and the left side.
Just the right side and the left side?
And all sides are equal.
Exactly. All the sides are equal. Remember, if you're stuck in TISO, just have a look in the chat. Okay.
Okay.
Excellent. All right. That means that all the sides are equal. Very well done. Okay, Masichaba, I have a hard question for you. Are you ready for this one? I hope that you're ready. Okay. Can you tell me, we're going to look at our trapezoid quickly, right? Can you tell me, what does these two arrows tell me about this line over here and this line over here at the bottom? That they are?
The parallel sides.
Good, they're parallel. Are they equal though?
Yes, and they're not.
Is it yes or is it no? Which one is
They're
it?
not equal.
They're not equal. You can see that they're not equal. Look, this one is much shorter than that one, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good, but what does this line tell me? What do these two lines tell me?
They tell you that.
What does it tell me about these two sides?
They're opposite sides that are parallel.
Oh, these are not parallel, because remember, parallel lines are lines that will never meet. But these two lines are going to meet. What do we know about this? What does the line mean? We just did it now with the square. What does the line mean? It means that they are?
They're equal.
Good, they're equal. Okay.
Yes.
The two lines that go this way are parallel. And then these two are equal. Remember, guys, and thank you, Teacher Kat, for putting it so beautifully in the chat. If there's an arrow means, what does arrow mean? Maschaba?
Ma'am.
What does the arrow mean? The arrow means that it's
parallel. The arrow means that it's parallel.
The arrow means that it's parallel, and the line means, what does the line mean? That they are
equal.
Good, that they are equal. Well done. Amazing stuff. Well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Excellent. Does anybody want to give the parallelogram a try? Who can tell me something about the parallelogram? Sam, what can you tell me about the parallelogram?
Ma'am, opposite sides equals parallel, and like opposite the side on the left and the side of the right, both of them are equal, ma'am. The side of the top and the bottom are both also equal.
Good,
together.
and this one are equal. But what else do we know about a parallelogram? It's even in the name, parallelogram. What do we know about the top and the bottom sides? That they are?
They're all parallel.
Good. This one is parallel with that one. And these two sides over here, this one and that one is parallel with that one. Okay, well done. Well done, Sam. Excellent stuff. Okay, amazing. I hope we're all happy with this because this isn't very difficult, hey? Not very difficult. Let's look at these last two over here. A rhombus. Who can tell me something about a rhombus? And I'm hoping Luto at some point will put his hand up and speak to me. He or she, I don't know. Now, my sweetie, what can you tell me about a rhombus? I need you to unmute. Oh, no. Noah, are you there?
Ma'am?
Yes.
Yes,
oh,
ma'am.
Wonderful. Yes. What can you tell me about a rhombus?
All the sides are equal.
Excellent. All the sides are equal. Well done. Amazing stuff. Very well done. All the sides are equal. Right. Okay. I'm glad. Does anybody else, can anybody else tell me about a kite? What do we know about a kite? Somebody who I haven't heard from. Unati, can I ask you to unmute for me? Oh no, where did Unati go? Okay, Wisdom, do you want to tell me about a kite?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Wisdom. Hi, Wisdom. What
Hi,
can you
ma'am.
tell me about our kite?
The kite, it has two sides that all four sides are equal, but
Oh,
the
not all four
first
sides. Not all four sides. Have a look again.
two sides are equal and
Good.
the same length are equal. Then the other
Good.
two are also equal.
Excellent. And the other two are also equal.
Equal.
Okay. Excellent. Very well done. Very well done, Wisdom. Okay. I see a bit of a fight going on in the chat about whether a rhombus is a diamond or whether a diamond is a rhombus. It's the same thing, guys. Don't worry. A rhombus does look like a diamond, but you can call it a rhombus or a diamond. But just to be politically correct, when you are doing maths, no maths teacher is going to give you a mark for saying, ma'am, it's a diamond. No, no. You need to say rhombus. And Roland, you spelled diamond properly, but you need to remember that it's not a diamond. It is called a rhombus. Okay. All right. Can I get a thumbs up, thumbs down? How are we feeling about quadrilaterals? They're quite easy. They're so easy. Thumbs up or thumbs down? I'm getting a lot of thumbs up. I'm so glad. This stuff is really easy. We just need to remember which sides are equal and which sides are what. Remember, Ntiso, one emoji, just one. Emerson says it's feeling good. Good stuff. Somebody's already studied them. Kylie already studied them at school, so you're cheating. Uloko and Aiden, remember, and Jody, one emoji. One emoji. Okay, so I'm glad. Now we're going to start naming these. Okay. I need you guys to remember what all of these are. All right, identify the type of quadrilateral. Let's go. Sam says he's discombobulated. Okay, excellent. Let's go. Let's do a rapid fire round in the chat. Okay, rapid fire means you write the number of the question and then you just give me the answer. Okay. I'm seeing Sila already telling me that number one is a rectangle. Who can tell me what number 2 is? Number 1 is definitely not. Number 1 is a rectangle. Number 3 is a square. Why did everybody skip number 2? Because nobody knows what it is. Everybody's looking at me like, ma'am, what is it? It's a Jerry is like, it's a okay. Okay, it's really hard for us to know what it is. Yes, well done. Sam actually figured it out. It's an irregular. It's an irregular quadrilateral. It's an irregular quad. If it doesn't have a shape that has a name, we call it an irregular quadrilateral. Okay, and I can see some of you already giving me the answer to number 4 and 5 and 6. Don't forget to do 7, 8, and 9 as well. Somebody said number 4 is a trapezoid or a trapezium. I agree, it's a trapezoid. What is number 5? Who can tell me what number 5 is? Thank you, Nokwezi. Nokwezi says number 5 is a parallelogram. I agree. I agree. What is number 6, everyone? We've been fighting about number 6. It's a rhombus. Well done. It's a rhombus. What about number 7, everyone? Good. Smita says it's a rectangle. I agree, Smita. Thank you. It's a rectangle. Number 8 is also a rectangle. Yeah, well done, guys. And what about the last one? Thank you, Dimakato. Dimakato says number 9 is a parallelogram. Oh, my spelling teacher cat is getting worse. My handwriting, at least. Gram. There we go.
There we go. It was a fire round. We forgive.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll forgive my handwriting, I think, for this round. All right, guys. Now, it can't be that easy. We all know it's not going to be that easy. So what we're going to do is we're going to start calculating interior angles. Dun, dun, dun. And Tabang is easy. He says it's like a piece of pie or a piece of cake. Agreed. But who can tell me how many angle, or how many degrees does the inside of a quadrilateral equal? Let's see. Who knows? Those of you who've done this at school, who can tell me? Oh, Maria, let me ask Maria. Maria, do you know?
Ma'am, and the interior angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees.
Ah, excellent. Well done. I'm so glad you know. So glad you know. Okay, guys, the interior angles of a quadrilateral are equal to 360 degrees. Okay, very important, because we're going to be doing what we did with triangles, but now we're doing it with quadrilaterals. Now, I'm going to give everybody a minute to either take a screenshot or to draw this. You've all got exactly 1 minute. Go for it. Okay, when you're done, please type done for me in the chat. Tavagu says, my brain just took a 360. Guys, it's not that bad. Agreed, Roland. Master Chava's always eating something. She needs to share. I think it's all the snacks that we were talking about. We see you. Oh, thank you, Kaeliche and Unati and Keisha and Emerson and Wisdom and Nokwezi and Neo and Smita. Thank you guys so much. Dimakato as well. Unati, Ntiso, Maria. Okay. Maria, I'm not sure what same S9ME, I don't know, but I'm seeing done. So I'm going to assume it's done. All right. Okay. So remember, guys, that when we state things, we always need to have a reason with it. So I want you guys to remember how to write this. Okay. So we're going to add up all the angles of our quadrilateral. Who can remember? What does this square mean? How much is this? How many degrees is this? Master Chaba, do you remember? How many degrees is that? I need you to unmute.
Ma'am, it is 90 degrees.
Excellent. It's 90 degrees. I'm so glad you remember. Well done. Amazing stuff. Amazing. All right. So we know that every time we see a square, that's equal to 90 degrees. So our statement is going to read 90 degrees plus, here's another one, here's another square, which means this is also 90 degrees, plus 90 degrees, plus, and I'm going to add this one over here as well, plus 66 degrees, and I need to remember this angle over here as well, plus x, and all of it together is going to equal to 360 degrees. Okay. Now, my reason is going to be the interior angles of a quadrilateral. But I'm already bored because that's very long. And I don't feel like writing interior angles of a quadrilateral every single time. I do not feel like writing that every single time. So what I'm going to write is I'm going to go int dot, that's interior angles of a quad. Dot. Okay, so that's what I'm going to write instead. Okay, but now we need to figure out what x is. Okay, I need everybody who's got their hand up to put their hand down because I need to ask quickly. Okay, I need to ask a quick question. Who remembers how to solve for x? I need the procedure. Like, what do we need to do in order for us to find x in the correct order? Okay, Roland says me, miss. So I'm going to let Roland put his hand up and answer this one for me. And I have 100% confidence in Roland. He's going to be able to do this one for us. Roland, remind us, what are we going to say next?
But we're gonna say this, Miss. We're gonna put it like x equals to.
Good.
x equals to, then we're going to put 90 plus 90.
Oh, remember, if it's 90 plus 90, that means you've moved it to the other side of the, equal sign.
Oh,
Okay,
yes,
so
Miss.
it's not going to be, it's not going to be plus anymore. It's going to be
Minus.
good, minus. Okay, I'm gonna put it in a way that you're gonna remember quickly, Roland. Okay, just give me 1 second. So if I take everything over to the other side of the equal sign, I'm gonna have 360 minus 90 degrees minus 90 degrees minus 66 degrees. Okay. Now, you guys will notice what I've done here is I've taken all of these pluses, plus, plus. I've taken them over my equal sign, and they've all become minus, minus, minus. So now I want you guys to go, put it on your calculator, 360 minus 90, minus 90, minus 66, and then give me an answer for x, because now I have to go, therefore, x is equal to something. Who can tell me what is that thing? Okay, I'm getting a lot of weird answers. Thank you, Juria, for that. Therefore, Roland, what is the answer? I hope you've put it into your calculator before you unmute. Oh, Roland has it.
Yes, Miss.
Yes,
I have a
Roland.
question, Miss. The way I did it now, Miss, I did it first. X equals to, then I did add 90 plus 90. I got my answer. Then when I did get my answer from 90 plus 90, must I use 360 divided by the answer from 90 plus 19 equals to x, miss.
And what answer did you get?
Must the answer I got must was, excuse me, miss, from my side. I did get 270, miss.
See, that's not going to give us the correct answer. Okay, and the reason why we're not going to get the correct answer is because we did a long time ago, I think about 2 months ago, we did inverse operations. And we said that if we want to send anything over the equal sign, if it's plus on the side, it needs to be minus on the other side. Okay, and if we're going to minus something, or if something is plus on this side, we can't decide to divide it on the other side. Okay, we can't decide to divide it on the other side. We need to minus on each side. So my x over here is going to be 114. I agree with the ones who said 114. That's the correct answer. Okay, so if you got 114, okay, you've got the correct answer. That's because you minus properly. 360 minus 90 minus 90 minus 66 will give us 114. I had somebody say to me, can I please do the next one? Who was that person?
Neo.
Neo. I'm going to need Neo to put their hand up for me, please, so you can do the next one with me. And you need to remember the order for me, please, my sweetie. Remember the order. Okay. All right, Neo, take it away. Hi, Neo. Oh, Neo's muted again. Oh, okay. Hi, Neo.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi. Okay, how am I going to answer this question? Oh, and she's muted again. Okay, you know what? I think everyone, if you can, take a screenshot of